Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so excited for today's video because this is the first time I'm doing this kind of video, and it was, I believe, created by my friend Allie Glines here on YouTube, but I'm not sure if she created it. I believe so. I've never seen it before her, and now a lot of YouTubers are doing it, and I really wanted to sit down and do that just because I feel like with all the new releases coming out, we kind of forget the old products that are really good. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be using some old products that I haven't used in a while, full face of nothing new. So if you guys want to see the look that I create, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so like always, we're going to do the eyes first, but I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I've already moisturized with my e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer, but now I'm going to go in with my Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner Primer, and I'm going to put this in my T-zone area. Just blur out those pores through in between my eyebrows and my forehead. I've already done my eyebrows. I used the Maybelline Tattoo Studio in Ash Brown, I believe. It's this little guy right here. I use that on my brows and set them and everything. So now let's move into the eyes. Okay, so I probably could have showed you guys what palette I'm using before I zoomed in, but that's okay. So this palette has actually never been used on my channel, and it's actually my friend's palette, and she didn't like it, so she gave it to me, and I'm so excited to use it. It's so cute, and these have been out for a while, but they're not new. These are the Sephora mini palettes. Please look at these. And this is what the inside looks like. It's super cute, super natural tones and super neutral brown tones, and I'm so excited to use this. But can you look at this packaging? I'm obsessed. It's so cute, and I'm going to be using these shadows today. So yeah, we're going to create a look using this palette. First, prime my eyelids with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, one of the only ones I use. So good. Make sure my eyelids aren't greasy. I just washed all of my eye brushes, and I'm about to just dirty them up again, but that's fine. I'm gonna try and start cleaning them as I go. I know my friend Kapua, who I've mentioned here before on my channel, she cleans them as she goes, and I don't like to do that, but I want to try and start doing that so I don't have to wash them in very large amounts like I did today. I was sitting there watching Make It or Break It for probably 2 hours while I was cleaning those brushes, and I haven't even done my face brushes yet, so that's really fun. Okay, so now that I've got that placed on my lids, we're going to go in and set down my eyelids with this shade right here, which is called Vanilla. Taking this with a Crown shader brush, and I'm just going to dip into that shade and set down my lids. I've never used Sephora shadows, so I'm excited to use this. In my full face of nothing new, this is new to me, but it is not a new product, so I'm allowing myself to use it. These shadows are super powdery, so that's one thing to note. Like, let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty powdery, but that's okay. I don't mind. I did swatch them, and they swatch super beautifully, so I'm hoping that these are great shadows. That's just what I'm hoping. So the first shade I'm going to go into is the shade right here, which is like a cool toned brown, and it's called Biscuit. And I'm just going to take this and buff this out into my crease. I don't really use this crease brush often. This is the Crown crease brush, so if I don't like this, I'll go in with a different crease brush. So I'm just taking this into my crease. Yeah, I don't like this brush. This is the Morphe E23. I'm switching to that brush. This is a super large blending brush. I think I'm going to do a simple halo eye today, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the shade Cocoa right here, which is like a brown, but it has a little bit of purple in it. It's like a deep burgundy, and I'm just going to take that and place this on the inner and outer corners. And I'm going to actually keep the middle section the most open and just do like a little bit on the inner and outer corners, just so that the middle color can really pop. Do you see my eyeball moving when I do this? Oh, that's so weird. I don't like that. I'm going to take it into the crease. It's going to be super messy until we blend it out, so no worries with that. It's basically like a little rainbow shape. or like a half circle. I don't know why I had to say a rainbow, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna blend this out really quickly with a smaller crease brush. And I'm gonna take that first shade again called Biscuit, and I'm just gonna blend out these edges with a super small blending brush. This is the Morphe M506. Super small detailing blending brush. I'm just gonna kind of buff out those edges. I'm trying to keep this look a little more concentrated. I don't want it like super blown out. So that's why I'm not going back in with that first brush. We'll clean up those outer edges as well once we're done. Okay, and now for the middle shade, I'm gonna go in a little bit with my NYX glitter primer. I'm just gonna pat this on the middle section, a little bit overlapping onto the brown on the outer corners. And then once we've done that, I'm gonna go in with my finger again into the shade Caramel right here, which is more of a glitter based shadow. I'm just gonna pop this right in the center of my eye. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like a super gold brown, like a warm, almost like mustardy brown, which is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that. Oh, I love that color. It's actually much darker than I thought, but I love it. So stunning. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with an M433, and I'm going to take the shade Biscuit, again the first transition shade we used, and I'm just going to buff out these edges just a little bit. I just washed this brush and it looks so frayed on the edges. This Cocoa shade, the shade that's on the inner and outer corners, isn't the greatest blender, but we'll just keep rolling with it. And then I'm going to pop Caramel back on the middle part again just to intensify it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in to the shade Popcorn, which is like a very light shimmery shade. And I'm going to take that on my finger as well and just pop that right in the center. And then kind of pat over it so it's not like super intense. Yeah, just a little something. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my lashes, put on some falsies, and then we'll move into the rest of the face. Okay, nothing new on the lashes. My I have trouble saying that every single time. Little black dress lashes from Kiss. They're my favorite. I love them, and I just applied those. So now we're going to move into what we are going to be wearing on the face, making sure my face is good and ready to go. For our foundation today, we're going to be using the Revlon Color Stay Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 110. And for applying this, we're going to be applying it mostly with this brush, and then we'll be like blending it. We'll go over it at the very end with a sponge. I have been loving this brush lately for foundation. This is a Smashbox Cream Cheek Brush, and I actually found this at TJ Maxx, and I don't know what it is about these brushes, but I've coveted these brushes, these ones from Smashbox. I think they're so pretty, and they are really good quality, and I found this at TJ Maxx for I think like $6 or $7, and I was like, I don't even use cream blushes, but I'm gonna get it, and I've been loving it for foundation. So what I do is I just apply it to the brush, and it applies it super well, like pretty much non-streaky, which is crazy, and it just applies it super well. And then if I need to, I can just go over it with a sponge at the very end. But it's such a good brush to just like apply the product and get it on the face. Then I'm just blending everything out with my e.l.f. I don't remember exactly what the brush is called, but it's the one that looks like this, like the Real Technique sponge, but pink. My hair just likes to stick right to my face as I'm blending out my foundation. So this foundation is definitely more of a medium coverage, so I'm definitely going to do some spot concealing once we get to concealer. But for now, this works. It gives me a good even base, and that's all we need to worry about right now. Okay, so that gave me a nice little even layer. Now we're going to be going in with concealers, and I'm going to be mainly using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, which they just got a lighter shade in this, which is 5, and it's like almost good enough for me. So I'm going to be using this in conjunction with the Makeup Revolution concealer, Conceal and Define concealer. I'm going to be using these today, mostly the Revolution one for my blemishes, because this one is a little more coverage than the other one is. And I'm gonna let this dry down for a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna blend this out with my e.l.f. sponge. If you guys are looking for a good concealer to cover up with blemishes from the drugstore, that one is definitely a really good one. So now I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Fit Me one underneath my eyes. Hopefully this one has enough coverage for me. If it doesn't, then I'll just go in with the Makeup Revolution one on top. This is a little yellow, if I do say so myself. This is not as good as I remember it being. Like, it's looking very weird underneath my eyes. I am going to go in with just a little bit of the Makeup Revolution concealer. I like the texture of this one a lot more. It's like a little bit more like thick and moussey, but not like too thick. The other one's almost like too liquidy, and it like makes your under eyes look kind of weird. So now for under the eyes, I'm going to be going in with my normal powders. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Translucent Powder in the shade 05 for underneath my eyes, like I always do. I don't really stray from my powders. I just kind of use whatever I've always used just because they work really well for me. And so I'm just going to make sure my under eyes are good and not crease. And I'm not going to be baking my under eyes today. I'm just going to be setting them with a little bit of powder. Then I'm setting the rest of my face with my Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and set my face with that. It's a little too much powder. Oh jeez. Okay, so I just powdered my face, and I'm just going to brush my eyebrows back up and get some of that powder out of my eyebrows, because it always happens when I do my brows first. So we're just gonna brush them back out, make sure they're looking okay. So now, do I want to do bronzer or do I want to do the under eyes? Let's finish up the eyes, so I'm gonna zoom you guys back in for the under eyes. Okay, so we're gonna go back into our little palette, and I'm gonna be firstly using, this is like my favorite under eye brush because it's so multi-purpose. I can use it for the inner corner, I can use it for smudging. It's more of a fluffier pencil brush, and it's just really good for anything. You can use it for anything. So I'm going to use the shade Biscuit and go underneath my lash line. And then I'm just going to go in with a smaller, like more straight brush, and I'm going to pack the shade Cocoa on the under eye as well. And then just going back in with the original brush and blending that all out. And then I want to go in with a pop of color on my waterline. So I'm going to be taking this Jordana Easy Liner in the shade Sterling Blue. And I'm just going to put this in my waterline to give us a little extra pop. So I put that on the waterline, and I actually really like that. So I think I'm going to keep going with that theme and go in with another blue on my inner corners. So let me find a blue that I want. I think I want to take this one from the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, which is also not a new palette. But I think I want to take this one right here, and if it's not bright enough, I will go in with another shade on top of it. But I think I want to do that. I'm excited. Let's apply a little bit more of that. Okay, I like that. I think I'm definitely going to lighten it though, just to make it a little more intense. I'm bringing it down a little bit onto the lower lash line. I'm going to go into my Persona Identity palette, and I'm just going to place Sassy. There we go. That's what I wanted. I'm going to place this color from my Persona Identity palette right here, which is Sassy, and I'm going to place this with my finger onto the inner corners. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to take the shade Vanilla once again, and I'm going to place that, the vanilla shade, which is just the first matte shade. I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it on my brow bone, which just really takes it to that next level for me. Wow, oh my gosh, I love how these eyes look. Wow, I love them so much. Okay, I'm going to put on my lower lash mascara. Okay, so the next step is bronzer, and I would spray my face, but because I just put on my lashes, I'm worried that they're gonna fall off, so we're just not gonna do that. We'll do it after all of the steps. So I'm gonna go in with bronzer now. And for bronzer, for my full face of nothing new, I wanted to go back into a super old bronzer. This is the Essence Sun Club bronzer in the shade Natural, which is such an old product. I used to use this so long ago, and this is what it looks like. You probably can't even tell what it says because you can't read it because it's rubbed off, but it's huge, a very large pan. And I'm gonna go into this with my favorite bronzer brush right now, which is from e.l.f. Okay, we've got the bronzer on and I am bronzed, so we're gonna go into blush now. And when I think of throwback makeup and full face of nothing new, I think of my Milani blush in Romantic Rose. It's the matte blushes. Well, at least this one is matte. They have a few that are shimmery in the line, but this one is matte and it is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna be using this one today. I'm just gonna be placing this right on my cheeks. That looks so pretty. I love that blush. And now we're gonna spray our face because we are about to put on some highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. And then for highlight, I am so excited to use this product. I have not used it in a while because it is a little dark for my fair skin, but I'm going to use it today because when I think of old makeup products and just what I haven't used in a while, I think of the Pixi by Petra Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. I remember the first time I used this in one of my first impressions videos, one of my first videos on my channel. I just was in awe of this highlighter and I still am. So I'm going to be going into this shade, the only one that is Toe Up, because the other one is much, much too dark for me. So I'm just going to go into this one right here, the gold shade, and I'm going to place this on my cheekbones. Okay, we have one more step, which is the lips, and for lips today I'm going to be going into first with the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lip Liner in the shade Matting Call, and I'm just going to be lining my lips with that. Get all my lip gloss off. Okay, and now that we've lined the lips, I'm going to be going in with one of my all-time favorite lip products that I haven't used in a while on my channel, and this is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Verona, which is just like a beautiful, beautiful brown that is just everything to me. I love it so much. So I'm going to be placing this on my lips. I love this color so much. Okay, so I accidentally super overlined my lips, so please don't judge me. I usually don't like to do that just because I don't think it looks good on me, but I accidentally did it even over my lip line, which is, it just happens sometimes. It really do be like that sometimes, but it's fine. You know, we're gonna go with it. But anyway, this is the final look. I am absolutely obsessed with the eyes. I cannot stop looking at them. I feel like blue and brown are not two colors that really go together, but I really like how they turned out, and I love this little eyeshadow palette. I'm glad I got to play around with it, and I just got to play around and sit down and play with some old products that I haven't used in a while. This is such a cool tag. Thank you, Allie Glines, for bringing it to my attention, whether you created it or someone else did. Regardless, it is such a cool tag, and I probably will continue to do these every few months on just old products that we can reminisce on together. And if you like this video and if you like this look, then please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you leave. If you like what you've seen so far, then just go ahead and subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, please make sure to turn on the little bell notification so you're notified notified every single time I upload, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.